Hi friends, I hope you're having a great start to your day. It's another beautiful day. I hope you can get outside and play some. But I'm glad to be back with you today. I've got a couple of books I want to read you. The first one is by our friend Mo Willems. This was one that was recommended or suggested or requested, I guess I should say, the other day at the parade that we had at school. It's called Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. There's the pigeon dreaming about buses. Hi, I'm the bus driver. Listen, I've got to leave for a little while, so can you watch things for me until I get back? Thanks. Oh, and remember, don't let the pigeon drive the bus. And there he goes. Oh, I thought he would never leave. Hey, can I drive the bus? Please, I'll be careful. I'll tell you what, I'll just steer. My cousin Herb drives a bus almost every day. True story. Vroom, 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 vroom. Pigeon at the wheel. No, I never get to do anything. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's play Drive the Bus. I'll go first. Come on, just around the block. I'll be your best friend. How about if I give you $5? What's the big deal? It's just a bus. No fair. I bet your mom would let me. I have dreams, you know. Fine. Let me drive the bus. I'm back. You didn't let the pigeon drive the bus, did you? Great. Thanks a lot. Uh-oh. Bye. Hey. Oh dear. Now he's thinking about 18-wheelers. Think he's going to be able to drive an 18-wheeler? He wasn't even allowed to drive the bus. What a silly pigeon. I like him. He's funny. All right, back to Miss Piggle. Remember, she has all these great ideas to help moms and dads when their kids aren't doing what they're supposed to do. So this one is Miss Piggle's Won't Pick Up Toys Cure. I wonder if your moms are having difficulty getting you to clean up your toys. Miss Piggle lives here in our town. She has brown sparkly eyes and long brown hair, which she usually wears in a knot on top of her head. She has a dog called Wag and a cat called Lightfoot. But the most remarkable thing about Miss Piggle is her house, which is upside down. All the children love Miss Piggle, and Miss Piggle loves them. In fact, Miss Piggle just naturally understands children, which is, of course, why all the parents call Miss Piggle whenever their children are being difficult. Mrs. Piggle always knows exactly what to do to help cure children's bad habits, like not picking up toys, which was Hubert Prentice's bad habit. Hubert was a very lucky little boy whose grandfather always sent him wonderful toys for his birthday. Hubert had an electric train with a track that went 4 times around his bedroom. He had a great big wagon full of blocks, and he had 1,500 toy soldiers. He had a wooden circus, a fire engine with real sirens and lights, and so many books that he had to have 2 bookcases in his room. Hubert liked all of his toys, and he generally shared them with his friends, but he never put them away. When Hubert's mother would tell Hubert to pick up his toys, all he ever did was stuff them under the bed or into the closet. Mrs. Prentice was getting tired of picking up all of Hubert's toys by herself. Well, one rainy day, Hubert invited his friends over to play. They took out every one of Hubert's toys and played with them all afternoon. Then they went home for dinner and didn't put a single toy away. The next time Mrs. Prentice opened the door to Hubert's room, she just looked and looked. Then she went downstairs and called Miss Piggle. When Mrs. Prentice told Miss Piggle about Hubert's toys, Miss Piggle said, "Oh, I think that the best thing for you to use is my old-fashioned won't pick up toys cure. Starting right now, don't pick up any of Hubert's toys. When his room becomes so messy he can't get out of it, call me." So Mrs. Prentice didn't pick up any of Hubert's toys. She baked a chocolate cake instead, and she did not say a word to Hubert about his toys when Hubert's friends came over to play. The next morning, when Hubert came down for breakfast, there was a little pan of paint from his watercolor paint set stuck in his hair, and Hubert's mother did not say anything. See it right there? Oh. The next morning, Hubert looked as though he hadn't slept very well. The morning after that, Hubert had 2 pans from his paint set stuck in his hair, and he had a red mark on his cheek that was the shape of one of his blocks. Hubert's mother thought he must have slept on it. On the 7th day, Hubert didn't come out of his room at all. At 11 o'clock, his mother got worried and called Mrs. Piggle. "Hubert must be trapped in his room," said Mrs. Piggle. "Wait until he calls for food, and then put a piece of dry bread with peanut butter on the garden rake and poke it through the window. He'll have to drink out of the hose." When Mrs. Prentice hung up the phone, she heard Hubert shouting, "Mother, I'm hungry!" So she got a crusty piece of bread, spread some peanut butter on it, and took it around to the side of the house. Soon a hand and arm appeared at Hubert's window. The hand found the bread, grabbed it off the rake, and then banged the window shut. That night, Hubert's mother stuck his meat and potato and vegetable on the rake, and his father pushed the hose through the window. It took Hubert a long time to reach the window. The next day, around 2 o'clock, Hubert heard music and children's voices laughing and calling from outside. When he finally managed to look out the window, he saw Mrs. Piggle and all his friends, and right behind them came a circus parade. "Hurry, hurry, Hubert," called Mrs. Piggle. "We are all marching to the circus." But Hubert can't get out. What's going to happen? Hubert couldn't get out of his room. There were too many train cars and blocks and toy soldiers and books in the way. He could hear the music getting farther and farther away, and he began to cry. Then he heard a tap at the window. It was the rake with a note on it. It said, "Dear Hubert, the only way to get out of that trap is to put everything away where it belongs. If you hurry, we will wait for you. Your friend, Mrs. Piggle." Here's the picture of the rake and the note. Hubert put away his blocks, his train cars, his paints, his circus, and his books. He made his bed and put away his toy soldiers. He was just putting away his very last toy when he heard the music again. He put the toy in the box, put the box in the closet, and tore down the stairs and out the front door. Look how neat his room looks. Good job, Hubert. And there they came, Mrs. Piggle Wiggle, all the children, and the circus. Hubert ran out to meet them, and away they went down the street, with Hubert carrying the flag and yelling the loudest. And no one said anything at all about the pan of orange paint stuck in his hair. Oh, I think Hubert learned a good lesson. He was going to miss out on something really fun if he didn't clean up his room. Boy, I hope you don't get stuck in your room like Hubert and you have to eat your food off a rake through the window. That would not be fun. So I hope that when you're playing and doing all these fun things at home that you help Mom and do your part and clean up your toys. Whew, she doesn't need to do that all by herself. She needs your help. Well, thanks for listening to the stories today. I hope you've had a good morning. I hope you have a great rest of the day. And I'm just so excited that you're watching these videos. Let me know if you have a book that you'd like me to read, and I'll try to find it. Okay, y'all have a great day. Remember, I love you. Your teachers love you. Your parents love you. But who loves you most of all? God. Bye, friends.